Got a new package in the mail. Today I'm going to share with you a first impressions on a brand new fragrance that just dropped. It's going to be the new John Varvatos XX Intense. Have you guys heard about this fragrance? Can't wait to try this one here on camera and give you guys my first thoughts and impressions on the new John Varvatos XX Intense. Let's get into it. Welcome back to another video. Max here. You know that smelling good is a great way to make a long and lasting impression. Today we're talking about the newest from John Varvatos XX Intense. This is going to be another flanker, of the XX collection, which I believe this is the third one at this point. John Varvatos is an American brand that initially started to dab into the fragrance world back in 2004 with the original release simply called John Varvatos 𝗓𝗏. Subsequent to that, I believe in 2006, they had Varvatos Intense, and the rest is history. Now this, I believe, is going to be their 23rd inception in the collection of Varvatos 𝗓𝗏 fragrance line, and this is going to be, again, XX Intense. Let me crack this open. Let's get sniffing. Looking at the box and presentation, it's going to have this dark black and reddish kind of a cracked stone kind of a feel. The bottle is ribbed, so it has a lot of texture. You have the shiny logo here of the XX, which is also an emblem, a metallic emblem. It's going to be within the bottle itself, hanging from the bottle like a little chain. John Varvatos Intense, which is a atomizer. It's not a splash. I don't think anyone's making splash colognes at this point. And this is going to be, I believe, an eau de parfum concentration. One thing I want to say that I got really curious about this fragrance was the note breakdown, especially given the note of coffee. I'm a huge coffee drinker, love coffee. Well, I shouldn't say huge coffee drinker. I drink a coffee a day. So I'm not considered a huge coffee drinker. There's a lot of people that drinks multiple cups of coffee a day, but I do enjoy my coffee in the morning. Again, here's the box, and the coffee note was something that really got me curious. Here is the bottle. It comes with the plastic to protect the bottle itself, and another little piece of plastic to protect the actual metallic emblem that sits on the collar of the cap. You do have another plastic thingamajig over here that protects the XX John Varvatos logo. There is a protective little plush piece back here to protect the bottle from scratching, although there's no plush piece at the bottom of this emblem, so it will scratch the bottle eventually. I actually wish that this was on the bottle itself and not dangly like this. But anyway, the cap is metal, good weight to it. It does look nice and feels good on your hand. Let's see the sprayers. Sprayers are decent. They're not the best in the market when compared to other designers, but actually it's pretty good, better than a lot of the other designers out there. So let me put this on the blotter. Again, after all, this is a first impression. Also going to put a little bit on my hand. Now, thinking about the coffee note here, what comes to mind is fragrances from Polo Ralph Lauren, especially the Red collection. You had the Red Intense, the Red Extreme, which was my favorite. Those particular fragrances had the woody, spicy kind of aspect in the fragrances, and they had this cranberry / coffee nuance to them that was actually quite intriguing, really nice. Over the last few years, I have to say, my favorite darker fragrances from the regular signature Polo line. They haven't really done much with that line, but this one here, like I said, having the coffee note really got me intrigued. So, first impressions here, this is going to be one of those, again, sweet, aromatic, and spicy type scents. This is gonna have that heavy tonka sweetness with the vanilla inflections, some aromatic tinges to the fragrance, green, clary sage / lavender, which has been done, nowadays. This is a 2024 release, so it's going to be following suit to a lot of the 2024 releases, which we come to, experience with designers of this kind, which is pretty much wash, rinse, repeat. This is going to have very similar feel to the fragrance when compared to other fragrances of this genre. However, not really getting much of that coffee note that I was expecting. Maybe on skin, it's going to become more prevalent as the fragrance develops. It is different on skin. It's a lot brighter and sweeter on the paper. On my skin, it's actually a little darker and much more aromatic, which I do enjoy. Looking at the note breakdown here, it's giving me a few notes just for reference so I can kind of guide myself here with the smell. It does open a little bit spicy in the account of the woodiness that I talked about. You do have a verbena, lemon verbena / bergamot, so it is rather citrus in the opening. And you do have a spiciness going on here from the ginger note. It is nice. The opening is going to definitely get a lot of people to buy this fragrance because it's going to be nothing short of appealing. The opening is going to be sweet, fruity, and spicy in the account of the lemon verbena, the bergamot fruity nuance, which is also green at the same time. You do have a lot of inflections of, ambroxan, tonka bean sweetness definitely coming through here. So and a little bit of a vanilla touch as well. So if you like fragrances of now, you know, what's trending over the last few years, you're gonna definitely like this. A lot of people will love this at hello because it's gonna be very inviting. It's gonna be one of those great for compliments, and I do believe that performance here will not be an issue, which is, you know, commonly known to be an issue with Varvatos fragrances. The heart of this fragrance is said to have 3 notes. Geranium, which gives this a floral / almost minty effect to the fragrance, but also pays homage to some of the old school fragrances. So you're gonna have some green and more mature inflections here. It is a more playful scent, don't get me wrong, but you do have that geranium that adds a little bit more character to the fragrance and making it a little bit less jovial than most of your common designer releases of now. To contribute to that floral green and spicy nuance, you do have the note of floral cyclamen, which is also fruity and spicy and green. You also have an addition of a chemical compound called damascone into this fragrance, which will add to its endurance, making it more long-lasting, if you will, but also contributing and adding to that floral fruity aspect that I talked about. I've been on and off camera here just to kind of wait for the fragrance to develop a little bit on my hand, as this is a first impression. The development phase is actually pretty nice. The opening is going to be more common than not. It's going to be very familiar to you, but especially if you're, you know, connoisseur or someone who's been smelling a lot of the new releases over the last decade, it's going to be kind of common. But I have to say, as the fragrance develops here, as it warms up, that roasted coffee accord starts to come through with some woodiness of the cedar wood, and also that sweetness gets a little bit more toned down. The fragrance gets a lot better to wear, especially for my taste. I don't really gravitate towards sickly and syrupy sweet fragrances, so it's getting much better here on skin as it warms up and dries down. One thing I think this one has going for it, you know, outside of everything Varvatos, because we know very well here in the fragrance community, or if you've been wearing Varvatos fragrances over the last, you know, 20 plus years, they don't perform as well. They do smell great, I think, overall, especially within the Rodrigo Fuller Rose ears, you know, the perfumer that made most of their fragrances up until, I believe, a few years ago with the Nick Jonas, you know, collaboration, and then with the new XX line of fragrances. I don't think Rodrigo Flores Rose is involved with Varvatos fragrances anymore. So as of late, they have been rather boring for my taste, for lack of a better word, or not as exciting as some of the older releases that I really enjoy over the years. But this one here, I have to say, is something that I might really enjoy. I think the dry down phase, you know, from the heart into the dry down, the fragrance takes a turn for the better. And I have to say, I have to wear it more to get the, you know, full feel and experience of this fragrance. But from a first impression standpoint, this is actually not bad. And as far as performance that I was talking about, I actually think this one's going to be a screamer in high-end performance in comparison to all of the other Varvatos in the market today, which, you know, could be a good thing. So I think this is going to be a great opportunity for people that haven't gotten to this brand to really appreciate this brand. If you're a youngster out there and you're looking for a new fragrance for yourself, I think this is something to look at. And overall, this has potential. Let's just leave it at that. If you guys want to see a full review on the new Varvatos XX Intense, make sure you leave it in the comments and leave it in the like, and I'll come back with the full review. But of course, my full haul videos will also be continuing here on the channel, but I will do these one-off fragrance reviews and sprinkle these first impression videos here and there. So thank you so much, everyone, for your support. You know you can try this fragrance also already. If you want to try it before you buy it, get a decant. Make sure you love it before you get a bottle. Don't be like a crazy person like myself and pick it up as soon as it drops. You can pick it up at perfume.com, get a decant, live with it. My code and discounts and everything will be listed below for you. Of course, the link of where I found this fragrance, but I wouldn't recommend getting this retail because it is going to be, you know, over $130 plus at this point. But as soon as this becomes discounted, which I don't foresee it's going to take too long, you can pick this up for, you know, better discount rates from the partners of this channel, such as FragranceBy.ca, Frag Flax, Max Aroma, what have you. So again, thank you so much for your support, everyone. Hope you guys enjoyed this first impression. If you did, show me in the like, subscribe for more, hit the bell so you get these videos straight into your feed. And of course, I will see you guys right back here with another video very soon. Take care.